Hello, everyone. The full moon of Capricorn helped us to review and restructure. Then the Neptune retrograde is helping us gain clarity, urging us to get connected with our hearts. Now follows the planet Chiron, who, with his retrograde, helps us to face, address, and heal ourselves from within. Wouldn't you agree with me when I say that following the universal intelligence is the most profound and authentic guide? They're always there, whispering from time to time what's the best for our well being. Now, Chiron retrograde actually started from July 19th, 2022, and it ends in December 23rd, 2022. Before I start apprising about the retrograde, allow me to brief you about the planet Chiron. Your zodiac sign is a fraction, or let's put it, just a drop in the ocean of your personality makeup. Little doubt that at times one proclaims that he or she is not resonating or connecting with the so called description of the sun sign that one's date of birth falls into. The position of all the planets at the time and location of which you were born offers a more complete picture of one's personality. We are a bit about each zodiac wherever our planets are spread out. So, as we go deeper and deeper, discovering and understanding the bodies in the universe, the knowledge of astrology is getting more credibility and becoming more profound in the present age. More so because the planets or asteroids discovered over a period of time help us understand the effect they have on our soul and psyche. They affect our thoughts. No longer are we using the knowledge of astrology as a fortune telling advice, nor does it advocate the acceptance of shrinking back in fear, feeling hopeless in the face of fate. The realization that both the factors not only deprived us from living in the moment, but also diluted our confidence in creating our own prophecies. By living with the help and guidance of the universe above, we can truly unfold our lives, free ourselves from the ego's needs to be in control of the future, thereby learning the art of shaping and navigating our lives through free will. Now, as time goes by, the discovery of new bodies in the universe and introduction of new planets in astrology, the universal intelligence provides us with a perspective that is both revealing, informative, and enlightening. So, all the planets affect our thought processes and impact our inner psyche. How we relate or put it to use in our daily lives is our free will, thereby becoming the architects of our own fate. So, one such planet or an asteroid is Chiron, which was discovered in 1977, situated between Saturn and Uranus. It's like a tiny spot between these two giants, the effect of which informs us of our psychological needs and spiritual lessons to be learned, thereby helping us get an insight through which to understand life. Understanding the universal intelligence helps us get a grip of our role that we play in life so that we can better navigate ourselves through our journey. Understanding that Chiron is situated between Saturn and Uranus. Saturn is the great reckoner who urges us to build structure in our life through restrictions and discipline, whereas Uranus, known as the Awakener, was discovered somewhere around 1781, brings with it a new innovative way of looking at people, things, and situations whose approach is best met with an expanded consciousness by connecting to our hearts. So, in between structure and awakening, the planet Chiron helps us connect with our soul and its mission. It reminds us of our destiny to be fulfilled on this earth, which can only be fulfilled if we can overcome our mental blocks, hurts, or balm the hurts that we accumulate during our journey in life. Hence, the name given to Chiron as the wounded healer. The symbol of Chiron is a key, which precisely means that once we realize what hurts us the most, the acceptance of which not only heals us from inside, but unlocks our greatest potential in due time. The name Chiron is associated with the name of a teacher who was a healer, had tremendous knowledge in medicine, and yet his inability to heal himself after being struck with an arrow was amazing. This resulted in lasting pain and eventually slow death. Now, the planet Chiron in a natal chart is deeply personal and complex and comes into play from the age of 40 to 50. It points out towards chronic pain, essentially the area of life in which you are distressed, anguished, and vulnerable. So, when an individual matures and is independent of thought, word, and action, the introspection and reflection that he does from time to time helps him realize his mistakes or how angst ridden his life has been because of the antagonized feelings that is harbored within. It feels like an invisible burden that you carry inside, even though on the outside you may show a picture of happiness personified. So, we humans often go through life carrying our own pain and burdens, which, as we grow older, helps us build resilience, strength, and character. It often teaches us lessons of humility too. The energy of Chiron helps us in realizing our true potential and strength, thus enabling us to help others realize or awaken their power endurance. So, from time to time, whenever the Chiron transit triggers our personal planets, it helps us reflect our individual growth internally. It's only when we rise above our pain or feelings of incompetence or inadequacy that we can reap the benefits of the energy from this strange, small, yet dynamic planet. Its energy not only can help or uplift us, but also helps build confidence within. Only then we can recognize our own self worth. Now, this planet takes 45 to 50 years to finish its revolution through the zodiac signs and returns to the sign it was when you were born. So, by the time midlife crisis hits you, the realization of the past life manifests and one starts ruminating about the past. It's also known as spiritual realizations of life. Such feelings can be overwhelming, like Saturn returns that forces us to restructure our life through discipline and hard work. Chiron helps us in re engineering our mind so that we can truly live up to our potential and be self worthy, or I would say self sufficient. So the energy propels us to dig deeper and become reacquainted with our higher self. It's a period of intense healing, but it also requires some sort of surrender in the process. Acceptance of our own shortcomings is the first step to realizing our strength also. We always have a choice in life. To discover the other side of the mountain, we first need to climb the path that faces us. So, to understand where is Chiron in your natal chart, you could either visit an astrologer whom you trust or else use an online Chiron calculator. You'll need to know your date, location, and time of birth to get the most accurate assessment, which will usually tell you the zodiac sign, degree, and the astrological house that Chiron falls in for you. So, as you learn your Chiron sign, it's important to remember that this aspect of your chart is deeply personal, and decoding how it applies to you specifically will require some introspection on your own life experiences. Generally, each zodiac sign's overarching characteristics will give you an indication of how your deeper wounds might manifest, most often by embodying too much or too little of those characteristics. Now, that was all about understanding Chiron. And now that it went retrograde from the 19th of July, it's important to understand that those who are mature enough to apprehend will feel as if they are ruminating and going back into the feelings that were hurtful in the past. So, as the old wounds open up, you feel depressed, but actually they have opened up to be addressed. This retrograde implies that unless and until you face facts, forgive and forget, you will not be able to heal from within or from the inside. Chiron reflects your deepest traumas and wounds, the insecurities that impact you on a soul level. And when Chiron retrogrades in 2022 on July 19th, you may find some of these vulnerabilities resurfacing. Or just a couple of days before, you would have actually started ruminating or remembering what has been hurting you in life, thus giving you an opportunity to embrace your emotions and heal. So, if the energy of Chiron exposes, it also helps you dispose of negative feelings and develop a feeling of empathy towards others. Chiron is not technically a planet, but a centaur, which is more similar to an asteroid or a comet. However, that definitely doesn't diminish its impact on you. This celestial body is currently moving through combative and competitive Aries, which may be increasing your fear of failure or you don't want to feel like a loser. And as Chiron stations retrograde from July 19th to December 23rd, your emotions will likely feel more intense and awkward to process. You will feel as if your heart is exploding, but process you must in order to release your inner negativity. Fortunately, this retrograde helps you to use your knowledge and passion to transform your life for the better. So rather than focusing on taking care of others, this transformative energy is designed to help you evolve your life. So the focus is on the area of your personal life or the house in which your natal Chiron falls in, and also the area in which it transits. Keep in mind that Chiron, after 50 years, comes back into a particular sign again, reminding us to accomplish all that we have set to do in life. The urge to fulfill our destiny will be strong. Now that it's stationed in Aries, it helps each one of us to work on recognizing and improving upon our own identity, healing, and taking charge of our own internal and external growth. This is an opportunity provided for us by the universal intelligence. So during this retrograde, I am reminded of the song by Leona Lewis, Better in Time. So when the heart hurts the most, it also sets the mode to healing. It's time to let go so that one feels free and liberated. Everyone deserves happiness. Time to focus on yourself and become the best version of yourself. In my part two of Chiron, I would be talking about the effects of Chiron for different zodiac signs. So stay tuned and blessed.